Just when I thought that I could kind of move on from one controversy surrounding horror movies with Shelby Oaks, I've stepped right into another one. And I'm talking about Scream 7. The new trailer just came out, and it's kind of kicked up this old controversy that really was a hotbed issue when Melissa Barrera got fired a year and a half ago, I believe, from the Scream franchise. And now, obviously, with the fact that we're actually seeing footage from the new movie without her, this is something that's becoming a thing again. People are talking about it. The boycotts are kind of emerging again, and it's become a very active hotbed for a conversation now that we're starting to see what this movie's actually looking like. And just kind of to set the table, because I like to do this, set my bias on the table before I discuss a topic like this. I'm someone who thought that Melissa Barrera was extremely unfairly fired. And besides the fact that I completely agree with her posts, I just don't like cancel culture. I don't like firing people for what they post and, shit like that. I don't think it's accountability. I think it's stupid. She didn't say anything outrageous. She didn't say anything remotely hateful towards anybody. So it just makes no sense to me why she got fired just because this was the controversial thing going on. And I just never stand by a smear campaign or a cancellation campaign like that. And it really hurt my excitement for the Scream franchise going forward. And like I acknowledged at the time that they announced that Neve Campbell was coming back, this feels like a giant desperation move, a Hail Mary. You lost Christopher Landon completely because he couldn't take the backlash after the Melissa Barrera firing and Jenna Ortega leaving. So they basically had to go completely from the ground up, and now they're making basically a nostalgia bait kind of movie. They're bringing back all the old characters and actors in what kind of seems like a bit of a desperate attempt to get the fans back on board, because obviously it's a polarizing thing to fire the main star that's been spearheading the franchise for the last couple movies. I'm not part of this boycott Scream 7 campaign, nothing like that. I don't have any animus towards anybody who is excited for this movie or whose interest is piqued by this movie. And even to a certain degree, the trailer kind of got me a little bit excited. I just can't help but get excited when I see a trailer for a new Scream movie. But I don't know if I really will see the movie in theaters or support it outwardly. I don't know, I feel a little weird about it. I guess I'll see when it comes out how I feel. But getting back to the controversy and how it's gotten spiked back up again, you're having the most toxic discourse ever on Twitter. And it seems like it unfortunately is coming from a lot of Melissa Barrera fans or fans acting under Melissa Barrera's kind of name and just being insanely toxic towards other people that are actually excited to see this. You're getting some snarky comments from people that are kind of goading the Melissa Barrera fans into reacting crazy. But I'd say what I'm squarely seeing as far as toxic interactions are these people that are boycotting the movie in a way that I just don't think is helpful at all. It just is entirely unhelpful to act like this. It does not help your cause. If you want to legitimately just boycott the movie, say you're boycotting it, don't go see it. And, if the message is heard and that's enough people that it causes some kind of questions at Spyglass, well then hey, that's something else. But purposefully spoiling the movie for people, and I don't know if these rumors are true, I'm gonna redact the spoiler and not say what it is in case it's true. But people have been posting a killer reveal and motivation on Twitter that I don't know if that's a leak. I don't know if it's true, so I can't really tell you exactly the veracity of that. But if it is true, that's really fucking rude. It doesn't win anybody over, especially when you're dealing with a cause that's actually as important as the crisis in the Middle East. I think it's just so petty to do shit like this and lash out at people who have nothing to do with her firing, people who have nothing to do with that crisis. And if anything, you're losing people. When they see you acting like this and acting unhinged, it makes them think like, oh, well, these are a bunch of crazy people. How about I don't associate with them? This cause must be an overblown thing, must not matter. Anyone who boycotts the movie is one of these fans, which I think is ridiculous because there is like a really good intent behind boycotting the movie. Cancel culture is bad. I think Melissa Barrera was correct in what she did. And it's just like you're lashing out at all these people when you could actually be doing something very positive. They could be raising money for the Palestine Children's Relief Fund. They could be raising money for Gaza. They could be doing so many other things. They could be advocating for Melissa in a way that makes her look good, makes the studio look bad, which it's not that hard to make them look bad. They made themselves look bad. But now they kind of look like victims because they overreacted, targeted innocent people who had nothing to do with the firing, nothing to do with any of this, just casual fans who probably don't even really know exactly what's going on or understand the gravity of it, or just aren't that bothered by it, which is fine too. But going after these people, spoiling the movie, it's just so unnecessary. It's completely unhelpful. It really is actually counterproductive to whatever they're trying to achieve. I think that if it's one thing that's known, the brattier a fan base gets, and, you know, as a Snyder fan, obviously, like, I can recognize this, the brattier a fan base gets, the worse it's going to be received by the studio and the less likely it is that you get what you want. Not to throw the Snyder fans under the bus, I'm one of the ones who I think healthily advocated for the Snyder Cut, and I think that that was a good step in the right direction towards correcting what they did to Zack Snyder, which was unfair. But with this, the boycotts, the lashing out at regular fans who don't know anything or don't care about this stuff, it's so unhelpful to the cause, whatever you're trying to do, whether you're trying to boycott or you're just outraged by what they did to Melissa Barrera. And whatever it is, I don't want a part of it. Those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. What do you think about this whole controversy? I'm GM Light. Have a good one.